we have, I believe President Zelensky said last week that he doesn't know where half of the money is that we gave him. Well, we gave them, I believe, $350 billion, but let's say it's something less than that, but it's a lot. And we have to equalize with Europe because Europe has given us given a very much smaller percentage than that. I think Europe has given 100 billion, and we've given, let's say, 300 plus. And it's more important for them than it is for us. We have an ocean in between, and they don't. But where is all the money that's been given? Where is it going? And nobody, I've never seen an accounting of it. We give hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't see any accounting. So I want to see peace. Look, you know.
What's going on, guys? Today we are watching President Trump absolutely annihilating President Zelensky and blaming him for losing all of this money and basically losing the war. Let's watch.
Hearing that Russia wants to force Ukraine to hold new elections in order to sign any kind of a peace deal. Is that something that the U.S. would ever support?
Well, we have a situation where we haven't had elections in Ukraine, where we have martial law, or essentially martial law in Ukraine, where the leader in Ukraine, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's down at 4% approval rating, and where a country has been blown to smithereens. You got most of the cities are laying on their sides. The buildings are collapsed. It looks like a massive demolition site. The whole, I mean, so many of the cities. I mean, they haven't done it in Kiev because I guess they don't want to shoot too many rockets in there. They've done it 20%, but they haven't done it 100%. If they wanted to do it 100%, it would probably happen very quickly. But you have cities that are absolutely decimated. And yeah, I would say that, you know, when they want a seat at the table, you could say the people have to, wouldn't the people of Ukraine have to say, like, you know, it's been a long time since we've had an election. That's not a Russia thing. That's something coming from me and coming from many other countries also. You know, Ukraine is being just wiped out. Look at what's happening to the cities. There are cities, there's not even a building standing. It's a massive, you talk about Gaza. I mean, it's literally, these cities look like Gaza. Actually, many have, percentage-wise, more buildings knocked down than in Gaza. So, you know, people are tired of it. People want to see something happen. And, you know, the other thing that it's been bothering me for a long time, because I solved the problem with NATO. They paid hundreds of billions of dollars into the funds of NATO when I said, you got to pay, because the United States was paying for European countries, and then they take advantage of us on trade. But I've seen it. Look, they have to pay. They have to find out, where is the money going to? We have, I believe President Zelensky said last week that he doesn't know where half of the money is that we gave him. Well, we gave them, I believe, $350 billion, but let's say it's something less than that, but it's a lot. And we have to equalize with Europe because Europe has given us given a very much smaller percentage than that. I think Europe has given 100 billion, and we've given, let's say, 300 plus. And it's more important for them than it is for us. We have an ocean in between, and they don't. But where is all the money that's been given? Where is it going? And nobody, I've never seen an accounting of it. We give hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't see any accounting. So I want to see peace. Look, you know why I want? Because I don't want all these people killed anymore. I'm looking at people that are being killed, and they're Russian and Ukrainian people, but they're people. Doesn't matter where they're from on the whole planet. And I think I have the power to end this war. And I think it's going very well. But today I heard, oh, well, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal. I could have made a deal for Ukraine that would have given them almost all of the land, everything, almost all of the land, and no people would have been killed, and no city would have been demolished, and not one dome would have been knocked down. But they chose not to do it that way. And President Biden, in all fairness, he doesn't have a clue. What he was so bad for this. He was so bad, so pathetic. It's so sad. But with all of that being said, look, it is what it is. When I left, there was no chance that this could have happened, but it happened because we had incompetent leadership at many different levels. But when you see what's taken place in Ukraine with millions of people killed, including the soldiers, millions of people killed, a big percentage of their cities knocked down to the ground. I don't know how anybody even lives there. You know, when they say they took a poll and Zelensky's at 4%, who's living there? You know, I mean, people are, it's hard to believe that people live there. Their cities are being knocked down. And this is something that would have never happened. And by the way, for 4 years, it didn't happen. It was never going to happen. Go ahead.
Follow-up question. How would you counter the perception, because Russia's pushing for this, obviously, they don't really hold true elections, that would be a capitulation of some sort. How would you guard against potentially Russia installing a puppet government? And then finally, how would that new election have an impact on getting Zelensky to sign the rare earth minerals deal?
Look, you have leadership, and I like him personally. He's fine. But I don't care about personally. I care about getting the job done. You have leadership now that's allowed a war to go on that should have never even happened, even without the United States. Look, we had a president who was grossly incompetent. He had no idea what he was doing. He said some very stupid things, like going in for portions and all of the things. He made a lot of bad statements, but he's grossly incompetent, and I think everyone knew that. This is something that should have never happened, would have never happened. And I used to discuss it with Putin. President Putin and I would talk about Ukraine, and it was the apple of his eye, I will tell you that. But there was never a chance of him going in. And I told him, you better not go in, don't go in, don't go in. And he understood that. He understood it fully. But I'm only interested, I want to see if I can save maybe millions of lives. This could even end up in a World War III. I mean, to be honest with you, you've been hearing now Europe is saying, well, I think we're going to go in and we're going to go. All of a sudden, you're going to end up in World War III over something that should have never happened. And, you know, it's a very sad situation. Yeah, please.
It is a very sad situation, and most likely because we had completely incompetent leadership into the White House by the Biden administration. And it is sad to see that this war has gone for way, way, way too long, and it needs to stop right there, right now. The killing must stop. Honestly, Trump is right when he says their cities are destroyed, Ukraine is completely destroyed, the people want to stop fighting, they want peace, they want to stop the killing and return to a normal life and rebuild everything. Trump is totally right about that. He is also totally right about where is the money. Where has the money gone? What did Zelensky do with the money? Did the Democrat from US aid took the money from Ukraine into their pocket? It is all likely very, very possible as well. The government is corrupt to the bone, and we have to root out the fraud and waste and abuse into the government. Where are the millions of dollars that should have been gone into Ukraine, and what did Zelensky do with all the money? We will have to see. Honestly, Trump is right about all of it. But, of course, Zelensky did not start the war. He is the victim in this case. Russia did start the war over some territory conquest. And the people in Ukraine want their independence from Russia. They don't want any Russian influence, and that's why the war started, because Putin and Russia want the influence of Russia in Ukraine, just like they have in Belarus. I don't know how it's called in English, but you know what I mean. Basically, that this war should have never started, because if you want your independence from a foreign country, just like Russia, there are many, many ways to claim your independence without killing millions of people every single year. It is sad to see that all of these innocent lives have been wasted over such a futile dispute, honestly. And I thank President Trump for being elected and for trying to finally put an end to the killing. Honestly, it is a wake-up call for Europe. Thank God for President Trump and J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio to do the work that they are doing right now and to force Europe to defend itself, to invest more in defense and to grow and to fight for what they believe in, for their freedom, for their own defense, and protect their own civilians. Europe has been sleeping for way too long right now, and needs to wake up and do much more if they want to remain relevant in the new world order that is being created right now. And thank God for President Trump being into the White House to force Europe to wake up and do better. Hopefully that will happen next. We will see. Let me know what you think about this in the comment below this video. I hope you enjoyed this video with me today. Thanks for watching as always and staying with me until the end. I appreciate you being here, and click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.